Hello. This is a video, LOL. I don't know how to phrase this. I guess I just really want to document in hopes that I don't give this up. I always have trouble putting my thoughts and images into making them and putting them on paper, seeing them through to the end. And so because of that, I decided maybe if I record myself going through it, doing it, that I'll actually stick with it. Because I do think, at the end of the day, I do think that my ideas are good. I always start off thinking that they're good, and then somewhere along the lines, I'm certain it's a blend of neurodivergence and depression that convinced me that it doesn't matter, or that someone else already made it, so it doesn't matter if I try to make it. And I'm really trying hard this year. I said I want to really get rid of the amount of self-doubt in my life. And I moved out. You guys don't know me, but I have lived in the same house wanting to move out for 5 years, and I finally got the courage to do it, and also just took a leap of faith because I am a freelancer. So doing that in New York is very I really have to take a leap of faith. And I don't think this is going to be a quick project anyway, because I do have work starting, but I really want to see it through. I owe it to myself to see it through, and maybe it's a fun journey, who knows. Yeah, it's animation that I want to do in Blender. I taught myself Blender back when I was in college. Unfortunately, that was a long time ago, but I want to do this in Blender now that I have a good computer, which is also another reason why I was like, okay, let's video this. I have access to editing software, so yeah, this is a journey. I guess maybe I'll make a video every time I feel doubtful of my ideas. Yeah, let's try something. Okay, we're gonna start. All I did was download Blender, open it, stared at a cube, and I started looking at tutorials, and now I feel like stopping. I already feel like stopping. I think it has to do with being overwhelmed with how big of a project I'm doing, or I want to do. No, I'm doing. And I don't like being overwhelmed. So because I don't like being overwhelmed, I just want to stop. But then I'm bombarded. With regret. So it's silly. I need to just keep going. I just need to keep going. Move the box and everything will be fine. All right, it's day 2 of trying to do this project. I spent an hour. I feel like I spent too long doing this, but that's my brain being you really spent thousands of dollars to go to school and this is what you make. But I'm not listening to that voice. Not listening to that voice. That voice doesn't have any nuance. Yeah, I feel like I should let you guys know, was an animation major, went to school for it. went to school for art in general since like middle school, so just trying to get over creative downfalls and humps with this new project. Hopefully even make a portfolio. This is what I got so far from yesterday. I'm really trying to not get stuck in practice mode. Like, I've spent years practicing anatomy and different animation styles and techniques, but I just get stuck in practice mode and never really get to synthesizing all those practices into real, concrete, full-fledged ideas. So I'm really trying not to trying not to fall into the cycle of practice. So I gave myself that one, and I'm going to try and sculpt the object of what she's flying on. I need to show you guys the storyboard that I drew the other day, but I'm gonna try and sculpt that and see how that goes. Wish me luck. I'm kind of, my eyes are so like watery. I need to put on my glasses, but I'm kind of tired of everything I try to do on Blender taking almost an hour, but we persist. I think it's just irritating because I did teach myself this once upon a time, but we're learning again, and that's okay. Good things take time. Truly, this is just kind of like a message, like continuous messaging to myself and like checking in, which I guess is good. I'm also like, Anywho's, we persist. I got time. I like got nothing but time. And there's nothing else I could do better with my time right now, so we persist. I feel pretty proud of that. I worked on it for like 3.5 hours, and I'm pretty proud of what I got done. A lot of it was like modeling and like being in object mode, figuring that out all over again. As you've seen, it's just like, I want to be Googling how do you do this, and how do you do that, and how do you do that? But I'm excited. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty great about myself, actually. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Not even tomorrow. I don't know when the next time I'll have time to work on it, but I'm gonna keep working on it today, I think, until my friend decides to wake up from being jet lagged and come over. Yeah, I guess if anything, at the end of the day, I'll give an update on what I got done. Exciting. Good morning. I had some thoughts yesterday or today, this morning, of like, I want to continue and I'm excited to continue. And it's me implementing that lesson, like implementing the lesson that you need to change how you live your day to day in order to make space for anything new. And this is like the first time I denied work, and like from a higher paying gig. And not the first time, but the first time I'm doing it with an actual intent and reason. Or rather, the first time that I'm doing it, yeah, with like a goal in mind other than rest. And I felt so guilty about it, but I also am excited to work today. Last night, I was finding it really easy to slip into a moment of sadness and like mourning of the time that I feel like I wasted not making good art. Like, there's a lot of subjectivity there. Like, what do we define as good art, and what do we consider a waste? And in trying not to fall into grief over a period, although it's fine, it's good to feel it. Like, you're supposed to feel grief at points in your life, but it's interesting to mourn a time that happened to you, to like grieve over the fact that I needed to take time away from art. It was sad. I'm actually tearing up about it. It was sad being away from it for like 3 years. But I think it was necessary. It certainly was necessary. It's realizing that like everything was to happen for a reason. And the fact that I feel like I got my groove back right now is pretty damning, and nice to know that like it's supposed to happen. So I think weighing with that, like on the scale of grief over the time I feel like I lost, period, a ding right at 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Weighing that amount of grief with like the amount of gratitude that I feel for having right now, and being in a place to reject work and not feel scared financially, they're both blessings. Yeah. I'm gonna read an excerpt of a book I've been reading about Zen. And it's really been helping me understand that like we can't have good without bad, and no matter how much we try to stop out the bad, there will still always be bad. And so it's learning how to live with that, with like knowing that fact, and knowing that you need to persist in this world, and like, yes, fight against and fight for the things that you think are good, but also know that badness is never gonna go away. It's like equal balance. Alchemy, even if you ever watch Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. Thanks. I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go work today and see what the fuck happens.